Okay, dear friends, do this if you can hear me. All right, wonderful. Happy to have you here. We are a group of, what? Oh, 38 people. That's wonderful. And I have a topic. One of my favorite topics is how to teach, disseminate, they say in English, disseminate solution-focused ideas to people. I was saying normal people, but of course everybody is normal, so it was a joke. I mean, to regular people, not to therapists or coaches, but to parents, to teachers, to managers, to the population at large. So I have been doing so much this type of work, so I thought I can share some of what I have done, and I can tell you what I think is maybe the best methods to do that. So that was my idea. But there was something I needed to know from you before I really start going through the steps. And so I have a question to you. The question is, can you please present yourself and tell your whole life history? No, 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 don't get me wrong, I'm not going to do that. But I'm going to ask you whether you prefer to use this hour for not only me talking, but also doing some exercises. So I need to know if you are interested in doing exercises or if you prefer to kind of lay back and have a cup of tea and just listen to me talk. You have a choice. So most of you would like to just listen, maybe tired after listening to many lectures and so on. I understand fully. Anyway, I will be showing some videos, and if we don't do an exercise, we will anyway. I will tell you about the exercises, because if you want to teach solution-focused ideas to regular people, you have to do exercises. You cannot ba 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 ba. This is very boring, and people will say yes, 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 but nothing happens. So exercise is the key to teaching solution-focused ideas to people, whoever it is. Yeah? Even you. All right, so what I wanted to show you is I made a little PowerPoint presentation for you. So now what you see here is my PowerPoint presentation. This is also possible to share with people. And I wanted to start with kind of making the point that spreading solution-focused ideas to the general population is not easy. We have very strong competition, and we are not, on the top. We are not on the top 10. We are not on the top 100. Who is? Well, maybe you have heard about people like, do you know this one?
You and I are going to make a deal. I'm going to show you what to do to reshape yourself. How is it that people can make lasting changes in minutes? What makes that possible?
I'll have one camera on Tony and one camera on the intervention, but I don't want to screw up what you're doing.
The challenge is we never know where it's going to go.
I'm a kid from Azusa, California, who did not have any certainty, but I was certain of one thing: my insatiable hunger to end suffering for any human I can.
Now you know what I mean. There are lots of people around in the world who all have fantastic ideas about how to, sell the idea of happiness and how to become successful in life, how to become rich, how to become, get influence and make your dreams come true and fulfill your goals. And these are, of course, nowadays called motivational speakers. And they can make a fortune of money, and they are very aggressive in their marketing. So we are facing quite a strong competition here. This is not going to be easy to spread these ideas. And of course, all the religious movements, and you know how many religious movements nowadays, in Africa, for example, what they are doing, they are preaching success, what is it called, evangelism, that if you believe in this, if you do this, if you come here, you will become rich and rich. Everybody wants to become rich, so money will come to you if you follow this religion, this belief system. Hey, try to sell solution focused. It's the most boring system around. how to get people interested in something like solution focused. I've been partially successful. I have written books to regular people. This is one of my most successful books. It's called Never Too Late to Have a Happy Childhood. And it is has been translated to quite a few languages, including Chinese and Hebrew and French and Germany and Swedish, so on. So it's been translated to many languages. It's kind of semi-successful to convince people that even if you have had a difficult childhood, you still have all the possibilities in the world to become happy. So it's challenging the psychoanalytic ideas that your childhood determines your life. And a lot of people all around the world, they believe that their difficult childhood is the explanation why they have so much difficulties in their life. And to challenge this belief, because it's widely spread in the population, not only in Western countries, I think it is all over. Then I tried. I tried, and sure enough, quite a few people, read the book and became excited, or have read similar books. So these are attempts to kind of start to change the mindset of people who have been brainwashed into the Western psychological belief that everything is like determined already in the first year of your life, and then the suffering is caused from your childhood. And of course, this is exactly what we don't believe in brief therapy. We believe that everybody has a chance to make changes in their lives, and with a little help from a coach or a friend or a therapist, you can start to envision a better life for yourself. And when you envision, you can start to look at the possibilities of making first small changes in your life, and then maybe even bigger changes in your life. So yes, I have done. I even in the 1998, I don't remember the years, but somewhere there, I even had a TV program in Finland. Do you want to see how it looked like when it started?
Hyvää iltaa. Nimeni on Ben Furman. Olen psykiatrian
Okay, so you get the picture. So this was a TV show that was running for 200 episodes. 200 episodes. And I had the opportunity to do it in Finland. It was in Finnish, of course. And then I had guests, and the tone of the TV program was solution focused. And when I say solution focused, I mean it was very different from Dr. Phil. You know Dr. Phil? Dr. Phil is one of the most popular and famous TV programs from America, where you have a psychologist who is like supposedly helping people to overcome their problems. So this was very different. This was like I was inviting people to tell me about how they have solved and overcome problems in their lives. We had different topics, and then we were talking about it. So in a way, it was like an attempt to spread solution-focused ideas in our culture here in Finland. And it was quite popular. So these are possibilities. But you know what? The media, TV and movies, they are not really interested in solution-focused ideas. They are interested in drama. You want to have tears, you want to have emotions, you want to have strong emotions, you want to have aggressive attacks, you want to have people crying. This is not typical of solution-focused. Actually, solution-focused therapeutic conversations are interesting only to people who know about solution focus. Most people, they are not interested. They couldn't, they look at the solution focused conversation and say, oh, boring, boring, boring. So this is very also a challenge, how to open people's eyes, that they start to see that this is actually a very sophisticated method of working with people. It doesn't look so, because it doesn't have all the emotions and the tears. Anyway, I think you are kind of following my thought here, that I'm, in a way I'm saying that spreading solution-focused ideas to people is a lovely idea, but it's really difficult. I mean, we really have to think about how to do this. After, I don't know, 5 years of this TV program, they wanted to end it in television. And I asked them, why do you want to end this? Because it's quite popular. They said, because it's not deep enough. It's not deep enough. So then I asked, like, what is deep? Well, how do you know, what makes it deep? Of course, I was kind of offended. Every word I say is deep, of course. Every word to people who I interview is deep. But so I had to ask, what is deep? And they told me emotions. Deep equals emotions. If you don't have emotions, then it cannot be deep. Then it's the superficial kind of thinking, cognitive. Okay, so I'm just sharing with you some of the frustrations in this field. And what I have done to spread solution-focused ideas, maybe some of you know that I have developed this approach with my colleagues called Kid Skills. Kid Skills is a way to spread, solution-focused ideas. We packaged this solution-focused philosophy into this. First of all, we took away the word coaching and the word therapy, and we make sure we speak about some, groovy method, and then became named Kid Skills. And that everybody can do this, that the kindergarten teachers in schools, parents, everybody can do Kid Skills. So then that is like a Trojan horse. You are bringing ideas in a package, and then people kind of get interested, hopefully, and then actually you are teaching solution-focused ideas. But people don't notice it, at least not immediately, but they kind of start to get the hang of it without anybody telling them, now I'm going to teach you solution-focused ideas, which is maybe better that way, because if you say solution-focused, then some people are interested, but others will say, no, I heard about it, it's bullshit. Then you lose a lot of people just by calling it solution-focused something. So that was already an idea that let's call it something else. Let's call it Kid Skills. So we can get more people interested, and let's make sure we don't call it therapy. And the approach had like 12 steps, and if it has 12 steps, so maybe people will at least become a little bit interested. Here, by the way, you can see we have posters, and we even have an app for the phone where you can, study Kid Skills. So actually anybody, and this app, I think 10 languages, the app has been translated to 10 languages. It's called Kid Skills app. And if you put it on your phone, wherever in the world, it's in Arabic. Oh, maybe it's not complete, the translation to Arabic, but it's in Chinese, it's in Dutch, in German, in Finnish, in Swedish. No, not in Swedish, but Danish, yes. In many languages, English, of course. So Hungarian, you can read the stuff there on the app in many languages, and you can quickly become familiar with solution-focused ideas. So when I did the Kid Skills program, many people started to tell me that, way, Ben, this is not good enough. Now we have a program for helping children in a solution-focused way, But what about all the parents? It doesn't help if only the teachers know how to use this. The parents, you should teach this to the parents. We have to make the parents understand these ideas. It's not enough that only in the school or in kindergarten you try to do in the soft way, in the solution-focused way. But then the parents are hitting the children at home and shouting to them and angry at them and punishing them, and not speaking in a nice way to their children. So then I was told that I should do a program for the parents. And a long time I said, no, we don't need to do a different program for the parents. We already have a program. The parents can do the same program. They can learn exactly the same things. But people were saying to me, no. It's not true. 12, 15 steps, kids, no, that is too much. The parents will never want to learn this kind of 15-step programs. You have to have like two steps or 3 steps or 5 steps for the parents to become interested. So actually I worked very hard to create a kind of a parenting program. When I say parenting program, first we have to decide how many sessions. And I decided, after asking a lot of people, how many sessions do you think is reasonable, like realistic? And there were programs that had 20 sessions. You know, there is a famous program that has 20 sessions that is very popular. But when you have 20 sessions, you already know you are excluding a huge number of parents. If you have a program, you also have to have marketing. And that is a big challenge for me and for many people. You cannot have a program without marketing. But how will anybody find out about it? Actually, you would also need scientific proof that the method works. Otherwise, it will just become a curiosity that a few people do. This is, by the way, what happened to this program. It has become some kind of a curiosity that never succeeded in spreading. Maybe it's never too late. Maybe tomorrow it will start spreading. But here is the program I had. You can see only 5 sessions. Okay, and then we have one session where we are learning to speak to children, so they listen to you, so that you don't have to be angry at them all the time. And there's a 3rd session, very important session from family therapy. We have learned that if you don't collaborate with your partner and you start arguing about everything with your partner, or I am saying fellow caretakers, because it's not always your partner. It can be your mother. You are the people you are raising the child together with. Actually, the kindergarten teacher who raises your child with you is also a fellow caretaker. We are collaboratively taking care of the child. So these people, we have to learn to collaborate with them. So there's a session on that. Or every session includes exercises. So the idea is that you can never teach solution-focused ideas by talking. You always have to do exercise. And it's not even enough to do exercise. You also need to have a conversation after the exercise. So think about it like this. First, you have a group of people and you want to teach them. Then you may say a few words about the topic. Have you found this to be challenging? And then you say, are you willing to do an exercise about this? Or maybe you should never ask, are they willing? So you say, it's better to say, I have a fun exercise. You will love this exercise. You have to market the idea that we are going to do an exercise. You are going to love this exercise. I promise to you it's going to be fun. So the exercises should be fun. And then people do the first exercise and always make sure that the first exercise is so much fun that they will want to do the second exercise. Because if the first exercise or discussion in small groups is boring or anxiety provoking or difficult or something, then the next time you say, hey, let's do another exercise, no, everybody will go. It would be exactly the same here on Zoom. If I asked you to do an exercise, then if you find that this was not such a nice exercise, it was a little bit boring or something, And I ask you next time, let's do another exercise. Everybody will leave and take another session because I'm more interesting than to do stupid exercises. So there is a rule about how to make exercises interesting and fun for people. Anyways, we have one session here, number 4. Did you notice? That's about kids' skills, how to help children overcome problems. So we are doing like a mini version of kids' skills, collaborating with fellow caregivers, partners, and other adults. How to help children overcome problems, so they learn about kids' skills. And then we had the 5th session is how to avoid punishing your children. The point is that all the parents have been, brainwashed that in order to raise your children, you have to punish them when they do something bad. You have to punish them in one way or the other. Slapping, scolding, taking away the mobile phone. And so here is an attempt to teach parents an alternative. So we can go on. We only have an hour, so it goes very quickly. And let's move. If you have any questions about how to spread solution-focused ideas to parents, to teachers, to children, to those of us who work with children, I'll be happy to tell you more about it, and I have a lot of material also on the internet. But then let me say a few words about going to companies and organizations. When you go to say you get an invitation, Ben, can you come and speak to our company, our team, our organization, the staff, everybody. Even in an IT company or an insurance company or a bank or construction company, any kind of company, and they invite you to come to speak, and you are like, oh my God, what am I going to say? I am a solution-focused, practitioner. I know how to talk with people and ask all kinds of good questions, but I don't know how to give a lecture to the people of an organization. So over the years, with a lot of, not always so successful, but we developed a model together with my colleague Tapani. We call it Twinstar. And this Twinstar was a model for teaching, solution-focused. And now we are not talking about coaching. We are not talking about therapy. We are talking about communication, solution. Teaching solution-focused communication. And sometimes I like to say teaching solution-focused collaboration skills. Collaboration skills, like how we can collaborate better, communicate and collaborate better. We can teach these type of skills to you. So we developed a model. We wrote a book about it. It's called Twinstar. It's available from our company, Helsinki Brief Therapy Institute. It's available in many languages. I mean, it has been translated and published, but the English version is available from our company, Helsinki Brief Therapy Institute. Anyways, get a picture of this Twinstar. Here you can see that we thought, if we want to teach these ideas to general people, first of all, forget about therapy and start to talk about communication, about what are the key factors of communication. And we developed, like 2 sets of goals, may I say goals, because this was based on the idea that after working in companies for a long time, and I've been always asking people, what do you need in order to be happier, in order to function better? What are the goals? Like in solution focus, you always ask, what is the goal? So we always ask the goals, and so we collected like top 8 goals, goals that seem to be very important to people. And here you can see 4 goals. We organized them into 2 stars. You see, there is a blue star here, and behind the blue star, there is lurking a yellow star. So the blue star represents 4 different positive goals or things that people really appreciate. If I feel that people care about me in my workplace, then I will be happy in my workplace. If we feel that our bosses care about us, if we feel that we care about each other, this will make us very happy in our work. If we feel that our contribution is being appreciated by our clients, by our bosses, by our colleagues, then we feel very important, and then it will make us feel good about our work. If we feel that we succeed in our work, we go home and say, yes, I succeeded today with many things, then we are super happy. And these are skills, because you cannot feel success without some help from other people. You need a little bit help from other people. So we developed exercise. We developed exercises for appreciation. We developed exercises for success feelings and how to share success. And I must admit, we didn't really find any good exercises for fun, but we still kept it there, because it is also very important that people have some fun in their work. Otherwise, if it's boring, like this lecture, if there is no fun in this lecture, people start to go away. It is the same in the work. You want to work in a place where there is some fun, some humor, some playfulness, some creativity. All that is part of happy workplaces. And then I remember when I had been speaking about these 4 elements. 4 elements? That sounds good, 4 elements. Huh? So when I've been speaking about these 4 blue elements, somebody came to me and said, Ben, have you ever been to a workplace? And I was like, what do you mean? He says, you sound like you don't know anything about what is the reality of a workplace. And I said, hold your horses. After the break, we will talk about the other 4, points. It's called points of the star. So then I explained that it's not only these positive things that are important, but look, there are also quite a few challenges in our workplaces that we could become better at. These are skills. So there's a skill of how to talk about problems. And solution-focused therapy and coaching offers us extraordinary ideas of how to discuss, how to have a conversation about some problem in a kind of a positive way. Even if you're talking about problem, nobody has headache. Everybody is engaged and the conversation goes well, and in the end you have some ideas what you are going to do about it. Like teaching people to discuss problems in a, may I say, brainstorming kind of way, in a more positive way. This we can learn from solution directly. We don't have to. But then we are not talking about therapy or coaching. We are talking about how to discuss problems in a positive or in a forward-looking or in a, I will say, solution-focused way. This is very important skill for people, but you cannot teach this skill without an exercise. So we developed exercises for learning this skill. And we developed some exercises for learning to handle setbacks, when things don't go well. Like a very important skill in sports, for example, if you fail, if you don't succeed in the game, or even playing a card game and you fail, you lose. So then instead of becoming angry and throwing your things around and cursing, so people, not only individuals, but also teams and organizations, maybe they should become better at handling that kind of situations and overcoming the feeling of failure. Overcoming the feeling of failure. You cannot maybe avoid the feeling of failure, but you can become better at overcoming it, so you don't stay for a very long time in this, and we know we don't have to talk much about it because everybody knows that setbacks or failures or unsuccessful things, it is a risk. It is always a risk for blame storming. Blame storming. Yeah, everybody understand when I say blame storming, it means that everybody start to blame everybody. Yeah, it's your fault. Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? I told you to do that. Why didn't you do this? Everybody blaming everybody else. That is called blame storming. And if we want to ensure that there's a good feeling, good morale in the workplace, we have to find some solutions to everybody blaming everybody when there something goes wrong. This is always one of my favorite topics. This is like conflicts, like hurts, when people, feel hurt. Can you see this picture? He's like having a black cloud. he's hurt. I mean, it's a conflict situation, somebody has said. And we have criticism, how to deal with criticism, how to give criticism in a good way, how to listen to other people who are criticizing you. These are the kind of skills that we decided to teach people here in the Twinstar. And so that has been one of the, how should I say, tool. It's a package. It's like a box of ideas, which I already explained you the ideas, but then it comes with exercises. Because if you don't have exercises, you just have a lot of and it doesn't change anything. People listen to them and say, yeah, I agree with you totally. But nothing happens. All right, so let me show you one more thing that you might be interested in. But anyway, this is about a project that we have done in Russia, China, a little bit in Germany, in Finland. It's like working with the whole class. You have heard about the WWW, working on what works. Insu Kimberg and Lee Schultz came up with a wonderful idea of how to work with the whole class that's been spreading around the world. It's actually quite exciting, this WOW project. So anyways, here in Finland, we created a similar kind of a project, a little bit similar project, also based on solution-focused ideas, but it's different from the WOW. But I'll show you here's a teacher who has been running this program with her class. Children are learning skills and they are helping each other to learn skills. So I interviewed some children. I thought I'll show you. So here it is. The teacher was saying that she's run a project and that the children are learning skills. And now you can hear this.
First, the class chose its own big skill. And that skill was the listening skill. And I think it went quite good. When we had English and math, well, there we had a sign. It was to do like that.
Ja sitten kun se on opittu, ne alkaa pikkuhiljaa miettiä, että mitä minun pitäisi oppia.
Siinä oli kuvia ja siinä oli vaikka, että puolusta ystäviä, niin sitten se pääsi vaikka 1–5 yhden numeron, että kuinka hyvä sä oot siinä. Ja sit sä valitset yhden, jota sä haluat tehdä. Joining others skill. I'm usually shy of asking to join others. It was it is the compliment skill. It means maybe to make somebody feel good, giving them happiness. I choose this skill because, well, I wanted to have like a habit of like saying compliments. Well, I said to her, "You've got a nice shirt on," and it was true, and so she said, "Thanks a lot, that's nice." Yeah, it made me and her feel good. It was nice. I complimented my mom too, and my family, and then some other friends. And well, I think I'm quite good at it now. Mulla on kauheasti harrastuksia ja mä oon tosi huono häviämään, niin mä valitsin sen häviämistaidon. Tässä meet peleihin mukaan ja pelaat. Ja sit jos häviät, niin et ala huutaa tai tälleen. Sitten sanot, että hyvä peli ja ensi kerralla koitat kovemmin. Aina sitä voi parantaa, että aina välillä sit ärsyttää kun häviää. Ja sit jos pelaa isompien kanssa, niin silloin häviää yleensä, joten siinä sit ei ala sit vinkumaan tai tälleen. Et sitten vaan menee ulos pelistä ja odottaa omaa vuoroaan. No, tuntuu ainakin paremmalta, ettei alkanut niinku kauheasti olla semmonen aggressiivinen. Ja kaveritkin, esimerkiksi yksi mun kaveri, niin se tykkää vitsailla aina, että mä oon tosi aggressiivinen. Mut nyt se ei enää alkanut sanoa sitä, koska mä en ollut enää, kun mä oon oppinut vähän enemmän sitä. Tai ei olisi niin draamainen ja silleen, että vois selvittää kaikki ihan helposti, ettei mennä liian pitkälle. Me puhutaan rauhallisesti ja keskustellaan siitä, mitä mieltä molemmat on, ja sitten päästään siihen niinku, sellaiseen sopimukseen, että ei ole draamaa. Sitten mä oon ottanut toiseksi niinku sivuksen, että ei aina onnistu, ja silleen se error tolerance. Mä en mene niinku.
Okay, so you get the picture. This is like a project that we do in school. The teacher has, the teacher runs the project, and the kids, they choose, they decide. Nobody tells them what skills they want to learn. They have to decide, and they first start with a collective skill, and all the kids are learning the same skill. They decide, not the teacher does not decide. So this is different already from traditional education where the teacher decides what you need to learn. Here is a little bit more solution focused. You decide what you want to learn. I cannot tell what is good for you. And so it's a big change for the teacher. I thought maybe, if you don't mind, I'll jump a little bit because you can watch this video later if you want.
Mom was very happy and yeah, they were happy.
Se on mua auttanut niinku elämässä tosi paljon perheeni kanssa ja sitten ihan opettajana just, että mä kannustan.
Can you see this? This is my favorite sentence. I encourage more and I bicker less. The point here is, see your pictures again so I know who I'm talking to. Yes, you can see from the video that it's quite a lovely thing that the children are like excited about learning skills. This is not solution-focused therapy. This is using solution-focused ideas for self-development. But self-development in a solution-focused way is not going to be like the teacher is going to tell you what's wrong with you. But he's going to ask you which kind of skills or what is important for you to be happy and successful, and the children get to choose. And this project, it's called Skillful Class. It has had an effect on teachers. The secret between you and me, nobody else should know. We are learning, the children are learning skills to become better kids. And they are supporting each other, so they are practicing, mutual support, encouragement. Yay, good, you did it, I did it. Being proud of their successes. We focus not on failure, we focus on success. Even small successes is a big thing. So it's very solution focused, we are learning skills. But you know what? Sometimes the change in the teacher is bigger than in the children, because the teacher starts to think differently. Oh, I see. It's better to talk about skills to learn and to encourage the children in learning those skills than to complain all the time about how difficult they are, and how everybody has ADHD, and how everybody needs medication, and we don't have enough psychologists, and we don't have enough doctors, and we don't have enough medication, and all the parents are terrible. You know, everybody knows how to do that. But when the teachers start to get like a mindset change, that they start to think, oh my God, maybe I should learn to speak differently with these kids. And maybe I could, you know, invite them to help each other. Ooh, that's a whole different ballgame. Then I don't have to complain about the parents, because we can do a lot of things here in the school to make things better. All right, so see, maybe you were right. Time is flying, so we only have 10 more minutes. I thought I'll show you something more. You can see this is like my, how do you say, lifelong passion to think about how to spread these ideas in the culture, and the fact is that it's not easy. I mean, I've tried many things, and it's kind of sometimes semi-successful, and sometimes kind of working a little bit. For example, this Kids Skills project has gone to Kids Skills has gone to many countries, but it's not mainstream. I mean, of course, you can ask me, Ben, when are you happy? How mainstream do these ideas have to become before you say this is a success? But anyway, I would be realistic, and I say this is still a very small group of people who are interested in solution focused. If you think about the world at large, you know. But it doesn't mean that we don't want to continue our work, but we have not been in that way super successful. But all the time quite optimistic, because there are lots of people who are so excited about these ideas. So we can be optimistic nevertheless. So let me show you one more thing before we conclude our session. It would be so nice to get some questions from you too. I don't know if that's going to happen, but I thought this one I would like to show you at least. This one is my website. It's new. I have just worked in the Corona times at home and doing my website. So if you click on online courses, then you come to all my different online courses. I have a few, you know, on solution-focused therapy, on trauma therapy, articles to download. And this one is free. This one, it's called Solution-Focused Parenting and Child Rearing. It's free course. So if you click on the course, and you have to sign in to watch the course, but then you see it has video. Welcome to this video course on solution-focused parenting and child rearing. All right, I'm not going to play more, but you see it has episodes. So there are, 9 episodes or something. I'll show you very quickly, if you can get just so you get the picture. When we talk about children learning skills in school, so what skills are we talking about? Well, this kind of skills, it's not nothing special. They learn to sort out your disagreements, homework, do your homework, listen to the teacher, calming you down for lessons. Ability to feel proud of one's accomplishments, very important skill for kids. These are kind of solution-focused skills. If you need help, you ask for help. If you want something, you ask nicely. And children decide which one there was a girl here, she had chosen the complimenting other people. Yeah. She had even complimented her mother. So she was really excited about learning this skill. This is, of course, concentration and so on. Can you see? It's 28 different skills, joining others when other people, other kids are playing, listening to others. Basically, we could have exactly the same skills for adults, don't you think so? Because these skills are not only for children, everybody needs them. All right, so one more thing, the last thing I'm going to show you, this I showed you, this I showed you, this I showed you, parenting, workplace, school class. Here is the most popular exercise ever. This exercise is called the triple exercise, is one of our all-time favorites. We would like the whole world to do this exercise. Can you figure out how this works? This is like you are in a small group of people, maybe you are 3 people, maybe you are 4 people. And then everyone in the group has to tell a story about something that they succeeded with. Like any little story, you know, it doesn't have to be anything big, but something they did maybe with their children or with their husband or wife or at work or in sports. So they tell that story. Now, when you tell that story, it's very important how other people respond. And this is a kind of a solution-focused response, like an INSU-style response. And the people in your group, they have to do like, wow, wonderful, what a lovely story. And thanks for telling us, and I'm really impressed. Or they don't even have to say anything, but they have to show with their faces or their, you know, maybe thumbs up like that. So maybe they put thumbs up. And then somebody in the group has to say, that's not so easy, you know, I have been trying, I haven't succeeded, I have struggled, yeah. Many people struggle, not so easy. So then you declare that it's difficult. The group, wow, fantastic. The group, somebody, not everybody. That's difficult. And then the whole group goes like, how did you do? Oh, solution-focused question, isn't it? Very solution-focused. How did you do that? Wow, difficult. How did you? Can you hear Insu Kimberg speaking? This is Insu Kimberg style of responding to a person's success or even mini success. This response. And then the person who told the story, supposedly a little bit happy because of the response, is supposed to, in this exercise, to thank someone else. This is very important, and people struggle in figuring out why it is so important. But then you have to say, I succeeded thanks to my husband, thanks to my daughter, thanks to my employer, thanks to my colleague, thanks to my mother, thanks to my grandmother. You have to thank somebody else for your success. And then the group appreciates you for thanking someone else. But they then say, that's fair enough that you thank others, but you should also feel proud for what you have done. You have all the reason in the world to feel proud of your accomplishment. Dear friends, you did very well in terms of keeping your concentration. I saw many of your faces, and of course all the black ones were sleeping. But anyways, it was good to have so many active faces here on the screen. One more question? Anybody has a question? Maybe. Oh, we had so many programs. We had the program Twinstar for adults. We have the program for parents, we have the program for children, but if you are talking about the skillful class, it's for elementary school kids. So it means like 7, 8, 9, 10, maybe even 11, maybe even 12 years old for that. I have another program for bigger children, which is similar to the Twinstar program. Have you used any of these approaches with adults that didn't get taught to these kids? You know, there's a movement, particularly in Germany, that they would like to spread kids' skills, the children's solution-focused, coaching system, kids' skills. They would like to use it with adults, because there's a lot of positive experiences of using kids' skills with adults, but it kind of doesn't fit. Then we shouldn't call it kids' skills if you use it with adults. But when you ask people why you use kids' skills with adults, it's meant for children, and it has all the elements, the teddy bear that is going to help you and so on. So they often people say because it's more fun. Okay, I understand. But then it makes more sense to say you take ideas from kids' skills into your adult coaching. Thank you for engaging way of speaking. Yeah, you have to be a little bit engaging in Zoom, otherwise. Nearly midnight in New Zealand. Okay, but it was good to have Andrea and everybody from that part of the world present. All right, thank you. Let's go back because we better be in the kind of final session, and I also promised that I would be part of that panel discussion. Huh? Okay, thanks. Bye.